Okay, so guys, this listening is about spam, okay, and also some virus that travels around the internet. Okay, so David was explaining, not you, him, okay, was explaining how spams function and how phishing functions too, right? So that's why we have here some questions about internet. And some recommendations that this person was explaining to the girl, to Janice. Okay, very good. Now we are going to listen again, and we are going to try to answer with true or false. Okay, so I need to select if you think that it's true or false about what you listen to. Okay, here. So number one, I think it's easy, right? Because it says Jenny's guest works for an email company. Okay, now let's start again.
Good evening. My name is Jenny Fowler, and I would like to welcome all our listeners to Net News, your weekly program dealing with all matters online. Tonight, we are fortunate to be joined by David Akris, head of the internet security company Webblock. Now, this evening, we are going to be talking specifically about matters related to email, such as spam, and the latest fear to grip the online community, the strange phenomenon which goes by the name of phishing. David, welcome to Net News.
Okay, now number one, Jenny's guests work for an email company through or false. He works in email security Weblog. Okay, that's the name of email security Weblog. Weblog. Okay. Okay. So email security Weblog. So in this case, the first one is true or false. Number one, true or false?
True, teacher.
It's true. Huh? It's you. Okay, so listen, it's different to give your services for something that work in a company, right? For example, I'm going to give you an example. So imagine that you work in Super Selectos as a display. Yes. Imagine that you are a display of Nesquik. That person gives its service at Super Selectos, but she or he doesn't work for Super Selectos. He works for Nesquik, right? So in this case, when you say email security Weblog, means that this person gives his services to a company. Okay? Yes? Can you understand the difference? Yes? It's similar when you say, okay, I have here a hair conditioner, but I can check it. I can check it. Why? Because I don't work doing that, right? So what I'm going to say, I'm going to call to someone who is an expert doing that. Okay, so in this case, number one, it's true or it's false? It is false. Very good. So number one, it's false. Just let me write it here. Okay, it's false. Okay, now let's go with the second one. Okay.
Good evening, Jenny.
Right. What I would really like to know first from you, David, is this. How on earth can I reduce the amount of spam mail I find every morning in my inbox? I think things are getting absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this morning there must have been about 30 to 40 emails covering everything from having won the lottery to purchasing things I would rather not mention on this show. What can a normal email user such as myself do to combat this ever-growing problem?
Now, there are a couple of strategies that we can employ to reduce this admittedly annoying problem. First of all, you have to be really guarded about where you leave your email address. Of course, you give it to all your friends, and you give it to contacts you have through your workplace, although I would also add as a strong recommendation that you have separate personal and work email accounts. But what you must not do is to navigate around the internet leaving your email address for everyone and his brother to find, because believe me, there is no shortage of unscrupulous individuals out there who will harvest your email address among the thousands of others, either for their own personal gain or to sell to third parties.
Wow, I didn't realize it was so simple.
It's actually worse than that. There are little software programs called spiders that trawl around the internet on their own looking for email addresses. So your email address, left innocently on that cookery message board, doesn't even need to be seen by human eyes to be gathered. If any of your listeners are using what we call throwaway email addresses, provided by companies such as Yahoo or Hotmail, then I would recommend creating a new email account and starting over.
That sounds like...
Okay, now number 2. David suggests not writing your email address on a piece of paper. True or false? What do you think? True or false? What do you think? True. Probably true, right? Okay, but in this case, guys, it is false. David suggests not writing your email addresses on a piece of paper. Okay. Just to send to your friends or to your close friends or to your coworkers. Okay. So, number 3, David says it's better not to mix work and personal email accounts. What do you think? Hello? Okay, so number 3 is true. Yeah, very good. So number 3, it's true. He recommends that you have to create new email addresses, right? One for yourself, and the other one for your workers, friends, okay? So, and number 4, let's discuss number 4. There are little software programs that browse the internet looking for email addresses. True or false? No? It's true or false? No? Okay, yes. It's true. Okay. Yes, so number 4, it's true. David says, no new, yeah. Sorry, there are little software programs that traverse the internet looking for email addresses. Okay, yeah, that is true. Now, let's continue.
Strong recommendation that you have separate personal and work email accounts. But what you must not do is to navigate around the internet leaving your email address for everyone and his brother to find, Because believe me, there is no shortage of unscrupulous individuals out there who will harvest your email address among the thousands of others, either for their own personal gain or to sell to third parties.
Wow, I didn't realize it was so simple.
It's actually worse than that. There are little software programs called spiders that trawl around the internet on their own looking for email addresses. So your email address, left innocently on that cookery message board, doesn't even need to be seen by human eyes to be gathered. If any of your listeners are using what we call throwaway email addresses, provided by companies such as Yahoo or Hotmail, then I would recommend creating a new email account and starting over.
That sounds like worthwhile advice, David. You have spoken to us about how we can prevent our email addresses falling into the wrong hands. What can we do to alleviate the spam problem if this has already occurred, beyond creating a new account, which may not be practical for all of our listeners? Is there anything we can do to fight back against the spammers?
Sure. There are a variety of handy anti-spam tools out there on the market. Your ISP, that is your Internet Service Provider, will most likely have one of the main anti-spam filters active on all their users' accounts.
Tell me about these filters. I think I need to get one.
Without going into too much technical detail, spam filter software will analyze all incoming messages and flag, divert, or delete emails that it considers to be spam. This may be because the message contains certain words. I think we all know what types of words I'm talking about here. Or the email may have other qualities which marks it out to be spam in all likelihood, such as large blue or red font, lack of return address, too much capitalization, and a whole list of other considerations.
But that doesn't mean we have to ask our friends never to write emails to us in blue. I would be very concerned about legitimate emails being deleted.
Oh, absolutely. An anti-spam filter will only flag an email message as spam if several of these factors are found to be present in a particular message. If your Aunt Kathy chooses to write to you in blue, but the message is otherwise perfectly normal, it will not be considered spam. These filters are great because users are often given control over the sensitivity level.
We've had a call from Margaret in Boston wanting to know if these anti-spam filters can also help in preventing her computer from being infected by a computer virus. Now, David, these are two different issues, I believe, aren't they?
Yes, many computer users do in fact manage to infect their PCs by opening attachments in emails, but these could easily come from people they know who have unwittingly sent them infected files. The best advice I can give in the area of viruses is not to open any attachments that arrive unexpectedly.
Okay, so let's discuss number 5. It says, Jenny claims not everyone can simply open a new email account. True or false? True or false? Jenny claims no, everyone can simply open a new email account. It's true. Yes, it's true. Okay, number 6. It says David advises people not to write emails in blue. The nation it also Jenny says, okay, but if so I have to tell my friends not to write in blue. But she says that. But what was David advices? So in this case, it's true or it's false? It is false. Very good. Why is false? Because if you recognize, if you know exactly from a close friend, it doesn't matter, right? Because you already have it in your account, okay? But when you don't know an email address, weird email address, the past two as expand, right? You don't know that you can add. Okay. Good. Okay. Let me see how much time do we have. Okay, nos vamos a volver a reconectar, chicos.
Okay, teacher.